So how does generative AI LLM work? Well, one of the examples we just did is a very good one. We had a student this morning asking about how Git works. So I thought, well, we're working on honeypots. So I went to ChatGPT. It can be, it doesn't have to be ChatGPT. It can be any AI, Copilot, whatever. Our little Copilot thing is gone, isn't it? Huh. Maybe it isn't on the enterprise version. Anyway, so Mike said, oh, have it explain like you're 5. So I thought, well, let's just do that. You can have, this is called prompt engineering. So you want to be saying what you want it to do to a community college student in cybersecurity. And to be more explicit, I would say, you would say, act as a professor. Explain honeypot to a community college student class in cybersecurity. The more detail like that you can surround it with context, it's able to better predict the right next text. So here's the explanation for community college students. Well, you can also do it like I'm 5. And this is a very cute little story. It's a way for people to catch the bad guys who try to steal your toys. Well, they don't say toys, but I mean, it's a funny analogy. So generative AI is, what it does is, if you do, well, there's my example. Okay. So here's how it works. If I say, Mary, it's thinking, okay, oh, it's even saying, can you give me a little more context? There. So what it's doing is it's saying, okay, Mary, most of the time when somebody says Mary had, and this is a simplification, but it's been trained on all these different ways of saying things. And it's got a huge, what's called a corpus, which means just gigantic bunches of examples. And it uses pretty sophisticated algorithms. But when you get down to it, it parses this out in chunks. And it says, well, most of the time, based on the numeric value calculated by this, if this is 1, then most of the time it's 2. So it's like a text predictor, but it chops it up into little tiny pieces. And it says, oh, well, most of the time it's Mary had a, and then it looks at it again. Oh, it's Mary had a little. And then it looks at it and says, oh, Mary had a little lamb. Right? So it doesn't actually spell it out all at once. I thought I had a thing in here. Yeah, be specific, what you're acting as. And the other thing to remember with AI is that this session is remembered by the ChatGPT because guess what? It doesn't just do Mary had a little lamb. Every time it goes through this whole thing and looks at the context of what you've typed in before, and that will can change the result you get. If you want to like start from scratch, you have to start a new chat, which is true of any of the AI things. Because most of the AI we have now, the big breakthrough in AI is this chat interface where it can talk back and forth to you. That's one of the big breakthroughs. And it does remember everything in the current chat. Oh, this is for educating people, for like what you do if you're a faculty. I think I have the wrong one. That was for my presentation this fall. Let's see if that has I thought I had a better examples in here. Nope, I don't. This is the original thing. All right. So the more you can specify in the prompt, the better the reaction is. And if you do the same thing more than once, you can end up with the same response or you can end up with a different response. See, we're getting a little different response now. Notice it's keeping track of the context. It's not exactly the same answer, even though I fed in the same prompt, right? It says, oh, would you like to do something else? Right? So it's basing it all on everything that, yep, see? And sometimes it'll like do a funky version of it, and it just depends. I think sometimes it just appears more and more like you're actually conversing with something, but you're really not. It's doing mathematical calculations on chunks of your words as a big fancy text predictor, but it's way more than that. But if I start over again, I'm going to stay out. I don't need to log in. Yeah, see, now I have a different response. Make sense? So this can be used for lots of things. And the fun one that I had the other day was let's see, music AI. I can't remember the name. It was like Nanobot or something. Suno, that was it. This was pretty fun. I don't know if anybody's ever done anything with this. And I signed up with an account and I basically described what I wanted. So create a song that has the ambiance of a small room in a community college where students are studying. Something like that. And when I did that, it came up with a pretty cool song. I think that's what I signed in as. And you only get so much at a time or something. I don't know. Okay, there's the one I did the other day when I was doing this. I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. So here's my song. Which, how does it create a song? Well, it's doing it the same way that ChatGPT does. It just does it with music. It has looked at all kinds of music all over the web. And then it does, based on what you've typed in, it pieces together the words and the music little chunks at a time with a mathematical calculation. But I mean, that is pretty darn sophisticated. Okay, how do I play it? Got to be here somewhere because you have to hear my song.
Just click the image.
Oh, yeah, there it goes. I wish I had written that. Because I said, play a syncopated song using marimbas for a Caribbean island. I mean, doesn't that sound like something you could get from Stop 10? I think it's better than most of them. I wish I had written it. I mean, look at the words are really cool because you get the whole ambience of it. Yeah, that was just so cool. I did not have as much luck